it's Tom.
And I'm Tanner.
Welcome to episode 84 of Bird Squawk. Hey, one thing I forgot last week, all my excitement on my trip, I thanked a bunch of people, but I forgot to thank my number one, my partner in crime, my soulmate, Chrissy. She made that trip possible. I love you, babe. Thank you.
It feels like forever since that game happened, but we're back. A loss. Not that surprising. I don't know. It kind of feels weird. I know that Thursday always feels like it's a grind till the next game. We got a game not a game till Sunday. But it kind of felt like, this team's, it needs a break. I needed a little bit of that week and a half off without them. There's a lot to get into, as always, but we have a clip of us down there. You can see the excitement after, if you know, follower of the channel, you know we love Boston Scott. Got him to sign my jersey, if you can see. So we'll send that over to that clip now. Get in mind, we are excited. It's pregame.
Hey, feeling good tonight. Hey, Tom and Tanner down here live at the game. We just got Boston Scott to sign Tanner's jersey.
I like them Boston Scott.
What a night. Feeling good tonight.
Let's go, Birds.
All right, so you can see the pregame atmosphere. We were very excited to be down there. I mean, the place felt electric. You know, there were a lot of people down there. And unbeknownst to us, Zach Ertz was also signing some stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. A lot of things went together. I guess we can talk about that right away. Zach Ertz traded. It feels bad a little more as it goes on. It feels like it is a guy that is, it sucks that he's gone, even though I know me, I know you, I know a lot of us knew it was coming. Didn't even expect him to be on the team. But something was off. Julie was there. He was signing. It all came together after the game on Friday, and he got traded. It made sense. But back to the game, 28-22. They were there, but there's a lot to talk about. I mean,
we talked previously.
They
kind of leave you hanging.
Yep.
They leave you in the game. Not really a bunch of blowouts, except for that Dallas game.
Yep.
They kind of leave you hanging. But I don't know that I'm sold on this guy, either one, Sirianni or Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, it most definitely could have been a blowout. They kind of let us get back into it. But I agree with you. It's been something we talked since Thursday. There hasn't been a lot of Eagles talk actually since Thursday. We forgot to film again. It's not a lot going on. But since these post games, they wouldn't be as passionate as they were 2 years ago. We kind of know what to expect during this game. On the drive down, I literally said they're going to be into it. A couple plays are going to go the wrong way, and they're not going to win the game.
We talked about this. We kind of felt like we were going to come into some exotic offense, some motion, some stuff that we weren't seeing with Dougie. And in retrospect here, we've got Chip's playbook.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. If you go back to off-season, I was very excited. He was very excited. I thought there was going to be some life in this offense. I don't know. The thumbnail's going to say the season starts Sunday. And when I really look at it, I think it kind of does. I think we are past that tough stretch at the beginning of the year. We're 2-4. It's not great. It's not bad comparing to kind of where we thought they were going to be. But I agree. I think the main thing to talk about is Jalen. And I don't know. I know you are done. I don't know what you've changed since Thursday. You were jumping off board.
I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. And I don't know if Nick's watering down this offense because Jalen can't do stuff or what's going on. But I've seen enough that I just don't think that he's a franchise quarterback. And I know people are saying it's 9 games, 10 games, whatever. I've seen enough. I'm sorry. If he comes out, goes on a run, things change, I'll eat crow. But I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I am not fully off him, but I am very close. We talked about this on Thursday as well on the way home. Kind of just talked during the game. I don't agree with this at this point, but even people on the radio, even hosts on the radio were saying this. At some point, if you're pro Jalen and you think Jalen's the guy, or if you're anti-Nick and you think Nick's not the guy, at some point, I've been saying this since week one, Jalen needs to play as much as possible because I'm very close to saying he's not the guy, but you need to know that he's not the guy. But at what point do you know? And you go to Gardner and you see if, hey, is Jalen playing as bad as Gardner, or is Gardner playing good in Nick's offense? It depends, because if Gardner goes out there and plays good, Nick's offense looks good, I think that tells you right there. But if you see the same thing, hey, then maybe Nick needs to change something. Maybe Nick needs, and I'm not defending the guy. There's things that needs to change, but I think a lot of people, I don't know many people that actually thought this, but there was no doubt that he was going to be back next year. A lot of people, like, because they confirmed that Nick's going to be back next year. I think everyone knew that. But
I think you hit the nail on the head there. You know, there comes a point where, okay, Jalen's not the guy. So let's see if Nick's offense is actually any good.
Yeah.
And let's put somebody in there that can possibly run it and do some other things.
But to me, that's like week 14. We are getting deep into the season.
To me, it's getting closer every week.
But
we go out here to Las Vegas and lay an egg. I think it's time we start talking about it.
I don't know.
Louder.
I think there's games. Like I said, I think the season truly starts on Sunday. You have Vegas. They looked good. They played better than I would have expected them on Sunday. The Broncos, once again, aren't as good as I thought they were. I think this Raiders game is very much like the Panthers game, that they could go out there, play well, and maybe steal one. Then you go to Detroit, a game that they should win, but Detroit's a lot better than what their record is. You come home against the Chargers, that's not going to be great. But then you slowly start getting into the division, and those are games that you're going to be able to win. There's going to be wins that rack up here a little bit.
I'm not sold on this RPO offense. I'm just not sold on him standing back there and not handing it off.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing, too. Because, once again, I'm back to the running thing. Because if you watch the Dallas rant, you know how I feel about this running thing. But it's very obvious that Nick makes it very obvious that the RPOs, Jalen never hands them off. So those would count as a run for Miles, that people just see the stat and say, hey, he's not getting carries. But he's not handing it off to Miles because, sometimes you just got to take it out of his hands and say, that's a run play, and you got to give it up. It's just, I think, and you said this, I feel that the coaching staff is kind of trying to protect Jalen in the whole same scheme of things. I don't like where it's headed, and I feel, I don't know, I'm very close to where you are, but I'm not there yet. But in a couple weeks, I may.
Yeah, I totally have jumped off the Jalen bandwagon. I'm sorry. I wanted this kid to succeed. I really like this kid, and I wanted him to succeed. But I'm not seeing the reads. I'm not seeing the arm strength.
Yes,
I'm
the
not
deep
seeing
balls are
the
bad.
accuracy.
He's missing reads.
I'm not seeing. We've got weapons.
Yeah.
But we're not getting them the ball.
No, and that could be Nick too. And I'm not defending Nick. I'm not declaring Nick the guy. But I want to see more from Nick so far than I just wanted to see from Jalen.
I think it's a combination of both.
Yes,
of them
a little
because
bit
they're
too.
sitting together saying, "Okay, I feel comfortable with this." What we don't know. We're not in the room where we're going, Nick can't do that because of Jalen.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, we don't know
what part of that playbook can't we expose because he can't do it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's more of that, but that could be wrong assuming that. And that's why I am getting closer and closer to being interested in Gardner. The other thing with Jalen is, and I know I don't want to open old wounds, but he has the support and fan base. Not that he doesn't have our support and doesn't have our fandom, but he has that, support that said quarterback had after 5 years. There are people that are going to die on that hill like we died on that hill with said quarterback already after 9 games with Jalen. And people are calling and defending him and this is the guy. And he might be, but it just doesn't feel like he is.
The one thing I learned with said quarterback is my loyalty is to the team.
Yes.
Team first. I don't care what you do. If you win, my loyalty's to the team. And I've stepped back from that whole situation now, and I'm looking at these people as players.
Yes.
And I'm not seeing it.
No, I'm not seeing it with Jalen either. And it's like I said, we were rooting for him. We were all for him being the guy.
Definitely
and
love the kid.
about your whole Deshaun Watson thing, it's going to be over soon. He's going to Miami, hopefully, and getting that out of the way, because that's not happening.
Another part of that I heard today is definitely there is some speculation that he's going to Miami, which for some people, hey, that's great.
Yes.
I would have really considered him. But the other point to that story is Tua is expected to go to Washington. I don't know if you've heard that, but that was the other caveat somebody threw out, that it could be a 3-team trade where Tua ends up in Washington.
I did not see that. But what I will say about this, and I was kind of brain scheming on the ride home Thursday as well, these draft picks are going to be good. Said quarterback is playing well, and I think that pick's going to turn out to be decent. The Miami pick is going to be looking good. And at the end of the year, our pick is going to be looking pretty good. But to me...
we still got that one guy making the picks.
Yes. But to me, it's defense still. Even if Jalen's not the guy, it's linebacker, corner, safety. And to me, this is what I said on Thursday. Depending on how Gardner looks if he comes in at the end of the year...
could be a stopgap for Williams.
Yeah, next year could be even worse than this year, and kind of having just a bridge guy.
We hate to even think
because
that.
there is no one, and I hate to talk about the draft in week 6, but there is no one in the draft quarterback-wise, and the market isn't really going to be there either. So I think you're going to have a gap year, but you never know. He could turn around and save himself for another week. Let's look at this. We've got the Buccaneers, we lost. You have, I'll be right back. We got the Buccaneers. We have the Lions. We have the Chargers. We have the Broncos. That is a lot better. The Saints, who knows? And then you got the Giants, the Jets, the football team, the Giants, the football team, and the Cowboys. There are wins on that schedule.
I'm going to go back, though, to what you said. And if we stink up the joint this Sunday, there's got to be some serious talk about what we're doing.
The thing is, there's not.
I'm just saying.
The Jalen, I really think Jalen is the guy, and I think he should be the guy for this season until you hit that part, like it was last year with said quarterback, that you couldn't play him anymore. And then you bring Gardner in, and you see what, like, I know I was a little high on Gardner when the whole trade happens, but he does have success in, is he the savior? Is he the guy that's going to save this franchise? No. Is he a good quarterback? I don't know. His stats are not bad. He's won games with the Jaguars, who are not good. And he's all right. And I would honestly be very interested to see him in Nick's offense, see what happens. Maybe there's different folds with him. And you never know. Because I do agree. It feels college-y right now.
Feels high schoolish.
And it feels to me that is because of Jalen. I don't know. I could be wrong to assume that.
I don't know. Nick's not really impressing me with what he's doing either. So, I mean, but I totally agree with you. Defense is what we're going to need.
Yeah.
But we need to find a quarterback, man.
Yeah.
We need to find a franchise quarterback. You look at some of these other teams, man, it's like Herbert, Burrow.
Stuff.
It's like, God, what I wouldn't do for these guys.
It just sucks that we were there and we kind of screwed it up. I'm not going back to him, but I'm
in the quarterback thing.
No, I'm trying not to. But he's like it or not, he's looking good the last couple weeks, and he might get something going here. But
on the other hand, I will say that you're not doing this kid a favor by having him throw it 45 times.
That's true, too.
I mean, a good running game will help this whole situation. But, like we talked about, is he pulling it when he should be
handing it off? And exactly, that's the thing. It's the same thing that happened last year. You don't know who's in the wrong and who's in the right. Who's making the mistakes? Was it Carson? Was it Doug? Who was the guy to blame, really? The train's going. You can pick.
Yeah, one thing I was like, I know we're not ready for this whole rebuild. I mean, it stinks going down to the games and having to deal with, the outcome that we're seeing and dealing with the opposing fans that come down there. I mean, we're not we're not accustomed to that.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. They've been trying. It felt more of a rebuild going into the season, but then it was like, oh, maybe they're not. And it's very obvious that we have to like get into that range, which kind of it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, see what happens in Vegas. There's gonna be Birds fans out there. I know that's a big trip that people have been waiting for. So hopefully people have fun. Like I said, I think it gives me Carolina vibes. We might be back here with a victory Monday, but you never know. But we'll be back, as always, on a Wednesday. Thank you always for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at birds_squawk. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds.